Hello and welcome to Be Powerful with Liz and Lee. It's a new day and we're so glad you're here.
So you can expect to hear candid conversations on what it means to be powerful. Live authentically, live in the midst of ups and downs, productively, and above all else, joyfully.
We are so thankful for you, our community of listeners, and we hope you enjoy today's show. Howdy, everybody. Hello,
Hi.
Liz.
Hi, Lee.
Happy day. How are you?
I'm great.
You look pretty.
Beautiful day. Thanks. That's a big compliment coming out of the studio, sweaty, putting on a gray sweater, assuming this is going to look okay on camera.
You're great. We're
Thanks.
neutral.
I
I'm
know.
just in a little tea, and there you go.
Yeah.
So here we are on a beautiful winter day. Sun is out. We got a lot going on. So
Lots.
February is when we're filming. We have just had Valentine's Day. We've had some kickoff parties for the Beckler Gala that we are hosting. You want to do some reminders on all that?
On April 19th at 7 p.m. at the Beckler, we'll be co-hosting the event called the Best Gala in the City. We actually called Fire and Ice, which we'll be talking about it ad nauseum between now and April. So get ready. Just go ahead and buy your tickets and put us on mute every time we talk about it. You'll be ready.
Bechtler.org, BECHTLER.org. We had the kickoff last Friday night for the exhibit. I mean, so the whole point is art, right? You saw the last episode with Todd, the executive director, and we got to meet the artist.
Yeah. And we're back into our sweaty gear, right? Keep going.
What does that have to do with anything?
I just wanted him to know, I just remember how great that was to be at the Beckler outside of our room here and all
during the
up.
podcast that we looked nice.
Yeah, that was so much fun. We looked nice. I mean, if you've never seen a podcast, that's the one you want to see.
That's funny. No, it was cool to be in a different space, but we did meet Hildur Johnson, the Icelandic artist. She was lovely, lives in Cleveland, Ohio, but originally from Iceland. She has a beautiful English, dialect and accent, and her just artwork was really stunning. So if you're unfortunately going to miss out on the gala, you can still go to the Beckler and see the art on the fourth floor, all of it. But that was where her exhibit is. So boom, boom, boom.
Good job. What about the studio? Since you're doing the, messages.
The rundown messages. We are still in our February Love Yourself Challenge. So we've been talking a lot about taking care of yourself, getting your workout in, getting your supplements in, all those kinds of things.
Yeah. Matter of fact, coming out in the newsletter this week, we're going to come out with my five picks.
Favorite
supplements, which we all know we try really hard to get our supplements from our food, but we also, with the fact that we live in America and the FDA is in control of our food, even sometimes when it's fresh and cooked right at your house, you need extra nutrients. So we got you covered on that. So that's coming out this week in the newsletter, as well as all of these products are in the studio.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because I know that we work really hard on eating a healthy, whole food diet. And as we age, we lose things like collagen in our body. Our central functions begin to kind of diminish. And so it's important to find all the ways to keep our gut healthy and our skin and our brain and all those things. And so in addition to supplements, just what you said, find them in the studio, you do have a code for Sakara, right?
I do.
For people who don't love to cook as much as I do or just need a little help preparing and planning, Sakara.com. You can use code Liz, HSMXO, and get 20% off your order there. So
any of their things.
That's
really good. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. And, and we like to, like our HSM smoothie, we like to say you can get all your nutrients and your macronutrients right there in this one drink. But we, honestly, I know now that we're all aging, and the importance of putting these supplements into our diet not only make you feel better, but, as we all know, vanity sells, they make you look better. And people have actually talked to me about my skin now that I've been using all this vitamin C from the Symbiotica. Yeah. A lot of vitamin C's are hard to absorb in the body. Some of them just don't absorb anyway. So you've got to really be careful where you source your supplements. And we've really taken time and research into resourcing these supplements that we carry at Hilliard Studio Methods. So if you have any questions, you guys let us know. But we have it. We have it all right there in the studio.
Boom. And so that's kind of covering a little bit on that self-care concept. And then we like to always remember caring for others. So I'm going to teach a few classes coming up in the spring that are all donation based. So just check Instagram. But my daughter is doing a fundraiser. She has joined the Student Visionaries of the Year on a team to raise money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So we'll put that link in our show notes if you would like to donate any or all, and we'll do a class with all proceeds going to that, as well as a pancreatic cancer class in March for some friends of ours, and another one for a friend and client in April. We'll be doing one where the donations and proceeds go to Crohn's and colitis. So really making sure that we're
covering our bases.
Yeah, and philanthropically trying to support a lot of different organizations. And do you want to talk about St. Jude at all?
Yeah, I really would just for a minute, because I wanted to thank you, first of all, for the support for the last 3 years now that you've given for Team Cameron Gray. And so my daughter Clary and her family, and especially Cameron, are being honored this, I believe it's in May 18th. For the event. And they're going to be honored as a family. Certainly Cameron as a really successful survivor, and he's doing great. And that is thanks to a lot of fundraising. So we'll put that link as well into the show notes. So you can always still give money to St. Jude. You can either do it for Team Cameron Gray or whoever is near and dear to your heart. So I think this is important stuff, because we try very hard on all parts of being healthy to give to those that need our help, and to keep all of us as healthy as possible. So
there's never enough funding for research. We can go a long way. So we appreciate all, like you said, that has been donated and all that you can continue to donate. And so that's that. Find a way to be involved. I mean, I financially can't send chunks to lots of individual, places. So that's why teaching a class.
But you have a voice.
Right. A platform and a voice, and the ability to teach a class and bring people together for the cause. So whatever it takes.
And my guess is that you listening may not realize you have a voice in some ways that you might not realize. You've got friend groups, you've got church and synagogue groups. There's all kinds of ways to gather people together to support those. All of us need support, but especially those who are really suffering through some of these hardships of disease. So,
yeah. Excellent. Well, there are all your choices of things you can choose to get involved in and with and for. And we want to talk a little bit more about choice today.
We do.
You gave me the bracelet, so I'm the one wearing it.
Yeah, you have this just tiny wrist, but you can see it. I started giving these bracelets away. I gave you one, and I gave another friend away one. And I remember being at an event, and this was about pro-choice, because if you know me and Lee, we're very pro-choice. I think as women, that's sort of like a natural thing we all are, is pro-choice. We want to have control over our own bodies. But there is other points about wearing this choice bracelet that I don't actually have one on. I'm waiting on one.
You gave me yours.
I gave me yours. Or, vice versa. So the choice we make every single day, whether to be happy, to be healthy, to be sad, all of the things we do in every single day involve a choice. And I had a conversation recently with a client and friend in need that really needed we need advice from our friends sometimes. We can go to our therapists, our parents, our loved ones, but sometimes you need an outsider that just, and so I handed her this bracelet. And my point was, your choice happens every single moment. Your reaction can be just that, a reaction to the things that are happening in your life, or you can make the choice to be proactive and make the choice to work through your challenges on your terms, and be respectful of others' people, but always making the choice to take care of ourselves first, so that we're better able to take care of the people that depend on us, that love us. This bracelet means a lot to me. And I thought about carrying it in the studio, and I think we both decided maybe not to.
Well, here's the thing. My first reaction, I think what people see and associate is
pro-choice.
Pro-choice or pro-life, right?
Yeah.
And so, of course, there is that element of it. Me personally, as you said, I'll reiterate when it comes to abortion and a woman's rights over her reproductive health, I feel, extremely pro-choice, that women should be given that choice. I think, just to say on a brief moment, I don't think, especially in the state of our country and our political system right now and the climate of the world, that spending a whole lot of time on voting. I mean, yes, I'm going to vote pro-choice when I do. However, I think there are other meters right now that are going to send our country into more of a divisive explosion versus getting us back on track. I think we need to work on moving forward on some different topics. However, I will remain pro-choice. Then that's what led us to be like, well, that is political and divisive. So maybe that's not a product or a mentality that you want to carry in the studio. And we looked at that bigger, right? Like choice.
It's just a choice on how you want to live.
I think that's hand in hand with be powerful, right? Like you have the choice every morning to wake up and reaction. How are you going to handle the things that get thrown your way? Because I do think a lot of how we proceed through the day is a next, a should, a have to do.
And a reaction to the circumstances instead of choosing, for instance, to get up, to eat something nutritionally healthy and to go work out, or to choose, to do the thing that is not healthy. You have that choice all the time. And to say the things like, I don't have time. My children have to be at school at best. And so I have a job that, takes me, I don't have time. I have to grab whatever I have to do. Those simple choices are yours. The world does not control you. You do control your world. And so when you come to whether it's an election of a government, these are your choices. And pay attention, because I would hope that none of us want to be reactionary, but we want to work from a place of power. And when you're working from a place of power and self-knowledge and self-worth, we make choices that are good not just for us, but are good for all of us.
We create habits. And when we choose to wake up and spend our energy doing X, Y, Z, let's say that's ruminating, stressing, putting ourselves in front of negative people or talk or images, then that's going to be what starts our day. So I think we just have to break that down and go, what is the choice that I'm going to make tomorrow to start the day off right? How can I reframe so that first choice positively impacts the second choice and onward and onward. So just like making the choice, for example, to drink a smoothie versus a donut, it's like that's going to better help me make a positive, more impactful second choice.
Exactly. That's
and so forth. Choosing to show up for your family, for your people, for your workout, for your job, for yourself should help make a positive choice for the next. And I know that we live in a time of busy, 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 calendar. And I don't want to be flippant about, you get the choice not to. Or,
well, you do.
You don't get you do. I think we have to respect the commitments that we make, but recognize that was a choice too. So that when things become too much, what am I choosing to spend my energy on and who with?
Right. That is a good point. And I would just guess that if all of us, that's including me and everybody, because I've been doing a couple of changes in my own life. If we put down some of the multitasking that we do, like while we're walking, we're also talking on the phone, or while we're doing all those things, which I actually do say to do a lot in health tips because I want you moving your body. But when you're multitasking all the time, you actually, science has proven, get less done. So making the choice to focus in on what you're doing is a real challenge for all of us. It's not just for me, but it's all of us, because we multitask now with whether it's devices, or it's mostly the devices, and we think we can get a whole lot of things done at one time. But what we're doing is shortchanging our brains and our time. Our time is actually being sucked away, and our brains are actually getting short-circuited, so that when we do try to focus in on a task, my monkey brain is just like, hurry up, because we've got to get to something else that stimulates us. So
we're literally conditioning ourselves not to be able to have endurance and focus. And I was kind of glaring at you and laughing.
Yes, you were glaring.
I felt that.
I felt
you
that
are just the pot just rolling in the essence of black.
As we were watching the new look last night, I'm going, I've already seen this. I'm like, put your computer down. You're like, I'm setting up the schedule for the whole week.
It has to be done.
Either set up the schedule or watch this movie with me because it was so good. If you can go to Apple, if you have that Apple on your TV, watch The New Look.
Very good.
So good. So good. If you like fashion, even if you don't like fashion, you're going to love it.
So much more than that.
Yeah, no, it's about World War II, the French Resistance, Chanel, Balenciaga, and Dior.
Balenciaga.
Need I say more?
Balenciaga. Who's that?
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
Whatever. I was just in Madrid. I feel like I should be able to say that.
You should. Since he is Spanish, you should say Balenciaga properly.
What did I say? Oh, Balenciaga.
That's
Balenciaga,
masculine, feminine, I don't
whatever.
Know.
It's fine.
Just one of the greatest designers of all time. No, that is a good show, and you're right.
Yes.
I mean, there's no point in calling anybody out. We all do that.
No,
but it's just easy to
call
do.
Ourselves out.
Go for it. Call yourself out.
Yeah, because there's your choice. Do we want to be happy? Do we want to feel focused? Do we want to feel? I just feel better when I'm not doing 20 things at one time. I've been practicing.
It's interesting because you do like to do multiple things at once, but it's not productive.
Not at all.
I mean, for me, it just drives me insane. Like I just start spinning my wheels and I'm like, oh, damn it. I haven't done anything.
When you've tried to do 10 things at once. So anyway.
Well, we did, on our Amazon order today of eyebrow pencils, I added, and a new ring light. You hate this ring light. I added, what am I trying to say? An alarm clock because we're putting our phones in another room. We
are definitely, it took us what? I don't know. It took
70 years.
It took me a lot of people saying it over and over, meaning I listened to podcasts where they were talking about the research of the scientific and it's like, if you want to be a dumbass, if you want to be stupid, if you want to be unfocused, just keep your phone by your bed and pick it up first thing in the morning and look at it right before you go to sleep. Not only you don't get sleep, but your focus and your attention span is like a 2-year-old, right? So that being said, my phone was out of the room last night. Aren't we excited? And now we got an alarm clock.
So excited. So one, there's that, technology choice. And there's ways to work on that, moving it out of the room, deleting apps or having
turn off the
notifications, right? So that it's not always so constant, because I do know that when it is so constant, I miss things because you're flying through and not actually, doing emails throughout the day versus sitting down and actually opening them and answering them and returning is a different habit.
Think about this. This is like the first, 10 years ago or less than that, we couldn't be constantly interrupted. Our days went through the day. Nobody was pinging our phones with emails. Oh, I haven't checked my, somebody will call me or text me and go, you didn't check that email? I sent it an hour ago. I'm like, I actually have a life.
No one says that.
People expect.
You do.
You do. Okay, enough. People expect you to know everything at once and to answer everything at once. If you do that, you can't get your day done of the things you're trying to do. It comes down to your choice. Are you going to choose you, or are you going to choose reaction and response to everyone else's whim? And that includes all the pinging from the social media, which is very addictive. And you're going to have to do the hard work to get off of that. Trust me. I know that. It's hard.
Okay, so that's one. Technology, period. 2, let's talk about overall health and wellness. I think nutrition.
Yeah. And it's just like a habit. When I was, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whenever I started Hilliard Studio Method, that was about close to 20 years ago, I could not bear to hardly eat fish, much less an oily fish like a salmon. What do I crave all the time now? I've learned what was good for me, and I taught myself to like it. And now I don't just like it, I crave it. I taught myself to eat fresh, whole foods. I really, really wanted a Pop-Tart, and I taught myself not to do that. It was hard. It's like the workout. To get in good shape, you've got to put in the work. So yeah, I mean, it's a choice, and it's hard, especially if you are a, fast food junkie or whatever.
Right. And I would say it's not easy. And so you have to start off, like anything, in baby steps. We're also at a time in our lives where food is expensive. And so it's not about necessarily, unless you can, overhauling. It's about making small, sustainable, manageable, approachable choices, cutting things that are not beneficial for you. You always say in half,
and then
day by day.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
plus, if Food Babe was here, which she has been here, she would reiterate this. The food industry has not got your best interest at heart. Their interest is in making you buy their product. You immediately, your brain is on, wait a minute, where are more? It is, and it's really not your fault. It's not your fault. This is when they have control over you. Where are you going to make the choice?
It's like, what's the flavor, the sensation, the need that you have? If it's crunch, apple, nut, the things that satisfy that need, because that's so important too, to listen to your body and not feel like, well, that's cardboard. And 5 minutes later, I want more cardboard.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, what is that element you need? And then try to substitute it.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm like a big addictor. I love grapes, and I like them now that we keep them in the refrigerator and they're cold and they're kind of crisp.
That was an easy change.
That was an easy one. Yeah.
I'm like, they're on the counter just getting mealy.
I know, but they're really
fridge,
good.
Keep them crisp.
I know. I do that with the apples now too.
I know.
In the crisper. Aren't we smart?
I mean, this is the dumbest podcast ever. Like,
I know.
Oh my gosh,
no,
put your
but
fruit
no, the point being, it
right.
takes practice. And why are you going to do it for yourself? Because you want to feel good. And if you don't even care about how you feel, I bet you $1 million, you all want to look good. And what makes you look better? Healthy food, healthy habits. And I've just always said I can appeal to people's vanity so much faster than I can appeal to their health. They're going to go, wait, I can wear those jeans if I do this? If I eat whole foods and I work out? Yeah. Okay. And then they start doing it. No shade there. That's your choice on what motivates you.
Yeah, it's that choice. So then it's workout and then all the things you do to move your body. So of course, we are going to always say strength training and Pilates core-based posture, but also those things we repeat over and over again of just moving, taking walks, being with friends and staying active.
Right.
And I know that that's where the time crunch comes. And so again, it's the baby steps. If you can do a plank hold a day, great. If you can sit and do tricep dips on your chair, great. If you can walk around while you're on the phone, great. Then add on and add on and add on 10 push-ups, then 11.
And the resistance training is the most important one.
Well, don't you feel like it's just going to bear the most results to help create a quicker habit?
Not only that, but you get more bang for your buck with resistance work. You get younger everything. You get younger skin, better muscles, less fat. You have less health problems all through the gambit, all of it. So this is not me making it up. This is just reading the science I've read about it. And if you were going to have to pick, do a push-up or hold a plank. Go on your walks because our bodies are made to do that. Come to Heal Your City Method. I'm just telling you, it's the deal.
Well, it is interesting to watch, the world and trends and fitness.
The trends.
And it's like,
I'm like, give me a break.
Look at that strength training and Pilates. I'm like, yeah, we've been doing that for a while. Doing that for a while.
Yeah. I mean, but it is. And pay attention to that. Like when I'm on Instagram, I'm watching the millions of influencers that, they do just some basic stuff. Some of it's good, some of it's not. Do what works for your body, but for God's sakes, pick up something heavier than you want to pick up. Squat down lower and with some kind of resistance so that you're getting your resistance work. Your heart rate's going to be better, your body's going to look better, and all health issues are going to be better. Period. Boom.
Let's talk about some more esoteric choices.
Oh, esoteric, right up my alley.
Or just choices more that are, different for everybody about just lifestyle.
Like esoteric choices, like making a choice to pay attention to your spirituality, to take some time for yourself. Yeah. I mean, whatever it is, a lot of people don't feel like they are, I don't know. I have never been a great meditator, but I am a great quiet person. I can be quiet and I can be with myself, and I make a point to do that every single day, probably more than once.
That's awesome.
I have to, or I lose my sanity. Not everybody has their own way. The choice to be still and to know that you are really the most important thing on the planet it sounds very narcissistic.
No. Keep going. It sounds
but
nice.
It is the most important thing, because out of your eyes are the creations that you see in your day. You create your day from who you are. And if you can be still, make the choice to be still, if you have to paint, if you have to just be in your backyard and listen to the crickets and the birds sing. Like yesterday, for instance, I had the best day. I was all by myself, and I had the choice to, and I've been doing a lot of writing. So I had the choice to write, but the sun was shining and I kept looking at my squirrels out there. I went outside. I picked up every stray limb I could. I built a massive fire. And I sat
in the fire pit.
And I sat and watched it. And then when it went down, I went out and I started cutting stuff just to put
more.
My backyard looks really good, but I was doing it really for just sort of the stillness and the symbolism in my own body of burning away dead wood, burning away that which no longer serves. And making room for the spring. I could see the sprouting things coming up in the ground. And I was like, oh, if I could get these sticks of wood and dead leaves out of the way, they'll have more opportunity to get toward the sun. So I was doing that. To me, that is very spiritual.
Absolutely. Isn't there a Bible quote that you should know about, like, be still
and know thyself?
There you go.
There it is. Jesus said that all the time.
Jesus said that
it's just like hashtag Jesus said, right? Yeah. And that's what I was doing. Plus I saged my whole house.
Ooh, hold on. Back up. Pin that. Oh, hold on.
Okay.
But I think that what stuck out from what you just said to me was the choice to let go.
Yes.
The choice to not continue to hang on to that which does not serve us.
Right.
The choice to, because I think that holds us back in everything so much more than we think. I mean, I think those more esoteric, as I said, hard non-tangibles, we let kind of swirl around within us, and it makes the tangible things, our to-do list, air quotes, for the day, harder to accomplish.
Right.
It's like it's back there holding us back that we don't even know it.
Yes.
So I think always bringing awareness and a voice to the things that we're struggling with and making space to let that go is so important.
So important.
But don't you think that, what is it that you think about psychology, human nature, that makes us kind of keep holding on, for lack of better terms? I mean, maybe you don't know because you don't do that.
Fear. Always fear. It's, if you don't know the answer, it's fear. I mean, it's fear of letting go. Fear of what's on the other side of not holding on to that thing.
Right.
Fear of, oh my God, what if I really am amazing? I think that's our biggest fear in life.
Or what if I am vulnerable?
Right.
What if I am not strong enough to keep going in this way by just holding on with white knuckles?
There's something beautiful about doing nothing and getting bored.
Right.
And allowing your body, yourself, your brain to have nothing to do. For me, it's picking up sticks on a day and burning them.
Another good hashtag.
Yeah, or whatever it is, just doing nothing, or just sitting in the sun, or just sitting, doing nothing. And your brain is, for me, or most of us, I think, is going, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. You said you were going to write that paper. You need to get that done. You need to, Or the choice could be to do nothing. And sometimes some of the best inspiration comes from doing nothing, or picking up the sticks and making a fire and watching the flames and just being sort of mesmerized by the whole breath of life, and being mesmerized by yourself.
Right.
Like, we play so much outside of ourselves. Right. We like to play the game outside of ourselves. But when we really get inside of Lee, or get inside of Liz, or whoever, I like myself. I mean, and took a while to like myself.
I think that's practice.
I'm a lot of fun.
Well, I would concur. I'm not in there, but I'm in there.
You're in
beating
there.
around
You're
with all
in
the
there.
monkeys.
You are. No, I mean, don't we all have a monkey brain, or don't we? Or maybe it's just me.
Some are more active
Mine
than
will
others.
not
You have a
calm
few
down.
more monkeys than the rest of
There's
us.
a lot of monkeys in my brain,
which is good. And it's making friends with them.
Yeah. The choice is, do you want to slam yourself for your monkeys jumping around while you're trying to meditate? Or do you want to go, hey, monkeys, guess what?
This is what we're doing now.
We're going to do this. But since there's so many of you all, we'll pick up sticks and burn them while we're being quiet and still. And I kind of trick my monkeys and they go for it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm trying to think if I have an analogy for myself. Not really.
Yeah. I mean, you're cooking to me. When you came in, so yesterday you taught a 4:00 class. We went out with a friend. Okay, I'm just going to say we went out with Abby. We had so much fun on Saturday night. More fun than one should have. Meaning, had a good.
We made the choice to have a lot.
We
of fun.
made the choice to have a blast, and so I got up and I was like, "Oh boy, I'm glad I don't have to teach today." You not only taught. You went to the grocery store. You went to the grocery store and you came in and the first words out of your mouth was, I'm so excited I get to cook dinner now. Who says that? And I went, that is the greatest statement I've heard all day. And then I saw you in your real meditative way start to flow. And you flow in the kitchen.
I like it. I do.
You just like stir up elixirs and magic and spells and shit. And you put it in my food. And I'm like, what is this stuff I'm eating? And you'll go, oh, it's just this, this, and this. And I'm like, do you know what you do?
It was salmon with mango salsa over rice and a beaten walnut and goat cheese salad.
Okay.
It was great.
Just saying.
But it is. We all have those different things that soothe us.
Yeah, that soothes you to do it.
Right.
But
and
it's the doing
it's
and
nice
the
when
calmness
it's
of it.
Healthy habit, like picking up sticks and chopping vegetables versus pounding drinks on Saturday night.
Yeah. We deserve that. We had a blast.
It was fun.
Hey, if you live healthily, go out and pound some drinks now and then if you want to. That's what we did. It's life. Enjoy it. I was checking out at Nordstrom the other day, getting that new eyeliner I like. I can't think of her name. Christiana, what's her name?
I don't know.
So this beautiful trans girl was just gorgeous checking me out. And she goes, girl, what are you doing tonight? And I went, it's 3:00. I'm going out at 4 p.m. with my girlfriends. And she goes, well, I don't get off till 5, but I've been drinking. I've been drinking the last 2 nights and it's Saturday and my friends want to go out and I've got this guy and he just loves my ass and he wants me to go to a bar. I'm like, what is holding you back? It's life. It's Saturday night, Yes, if you have an alcohol problem, don't do that. But I mean, she was like,
you can also go out and not drink.
I know I shouldn't be drinking 3 nights in a row. I'm like, do you like this guy or not? This is the conversation I'm having over the paying for the product thing. And I'm like, look, I'm older than F. So you need to go out and have a blast tonight. I'm like, wear that same lip color. And I want that in my bag too, which I did. I got the same one.
You did.
I did. And you said you liked it. You said it was new and different.
No, it was nice. You chose a nice lip color.
I chose well. I thought I did too.
That's fine.
Kristen Canterbury. What's her name? Anyway.
Charlotte Tilbury?
There it is.
Oh,
Charlotte Tilbury. It's my new line. Like everything. I like everything in Charlotte Tilbury.
Oh, that's
so y'all
good.
feel free to send me some. Okay.
I know. Flawless foundation.
Yeah.
Filter
awesome.
or whatever.
It's really good.
That's funny.
Yeah. So,
okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's just having fun. Go ahead.
Right. And, we had, an interesting conversation over the past couple weeks about us and life and where we're going to go. And that's always a choice too. And sometimes you don't always get to make choices on your own. You've got to come to the table.
We're making a choice together.
And make choices together when it involves other people. And that takes a minute. It takes a lot of honesty and vulnerability and openness and all sorts of things. But I just am appreciative that we can talk about it as we make choices.
And my choice recently, and I bet
I don't say it.
I'm not.
I'm going
to talk about my vulnerability.
Okay.
That's my choice. I'm not going to go into the details about us getting married.
Okay.
But anyway, no, my choice is to be more vulnerable. It's hard for me to say it, even though I've said it 1,000 times.
I know.
All I write about is your power and your strength are in vulnerability. It's hard for me to say that. And what you write about and what you think about is pretty much what you need to be doing. So I am much more vulnerable within the last 48 hours.
Boom, that was fast.
Well, but I'm going to go ahead with it.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm entertaining some things that were making me, I was holding back on.
Are you going to tell us why you had this kind of breakthrough?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. No, I had some time to myself.
Got it.
And I did have a little help.
Uh-huh.
But I will keep that to
vulnerable. I'll remind you that you've made the choice to be more vulnerable.
Yes.
And I've made the choice to be more brave.
Oh, when did that happen?
Well, I mean, as we've been talking about this. No, just as far as dealing with some issues and seeking therapeutic help for a couple things. Like everything's fine, but everybody's got something. And so,
we did have a come to Jesus meeting, and it ended up with you being more brave and me being more vulnerable.
Interesting.
And I think those are two great choices that we made. And together, those choices will make our couple choices even stronger.
Oh,
see, there it is. One big happy in a bow with a tie in a box.
The way we like that box to look.
Exactly.
Not the way anybody else wants
That's
to
right.
choose that box
Your
to look.
because it's your choice. And that's what this podcast is about. Your choice to live life on your terms, to decide how you're going to do business and decide how your body is going to be treated. So I just want everyone to be clear on these bracelets that are going to roll through the studio. I'm not going to sell them because I think that would be offensive to people with a different political view.
Yes, but
I want them to know it's not just about
it's all the
choice of the body. It is choice over yourself, your
being.
Yeah. Your being. There's a better word, but nothing is coming to me today because it's Monday, even though it's Thursday when you hear this. And we had that Saturday night,
I know. Maybe we should choose to wrap it up.
We should choose to wrap it up. We should. Our choice has been to have a really fun time with you today.
Absolutely.
And I hope your choice will be to listen to us,
to rate it,
to maybe subscribe,
review, and choose to listen next time.
Yeah. So thanks for listening this time, and we'll see you next
always.
week. Yay.
Everybody have a great week.
I love you.
Let us know what your good choices are and your bad.
You don't love me?
Oh, sorry. I was sidetracked by you and the camera. I was staring at you in the camera, and you're so hot. Let us know your choices.
Your choice.
Hey, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.